little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
PA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken about a yard deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
First and 10, Eason. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Let's go. Let's calm the crowd.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Eason sets to throw it. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for Albert Okuebunam was the target there, but it's going to be second down.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves.
Wild Bill.
Check. Fresno. 70 Timberwolves. Dragon 60. 51.
They go play action with Eason. Going deep downfield for Roll. And this is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Jet. 60 red. 60 red.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 50.
Tua going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Tua. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Dolphin first down.
Set hut, 50, green.
Mike 51.
Hey, check mega.
Watch the curl.
Tua going to hand this one to Breida.
Safe.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 54. Mike
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it's caught by Parker. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. On the return, it's Rodgers. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division. Look, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. John Ross, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
10 cycle.
Looking to pass. Tua. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
With a throw complete to Parker. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
And the Dolphins.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
I got him. Jam him.
Here's Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover it.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
It's just me and you. Slam, 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 slam.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
70 Lion.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat. 6 guy. Hey, check that. Street. Watch it go.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Colts 21, Dolphins 7. Rodrigo.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this carries into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe. Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the run.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Going deep here for... And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Cup 19. Cup 19.
Play action. It's Eason. Going deep downfield for Ross. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. John Ross doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28, Dolphins 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend. So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Check 26.
Taylor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Me and you all day, all day.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Jakeem Grant now to return. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. Now Tua. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to do.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. T.J. Hockenson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
Well, defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Eason. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun is Eason. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Tua. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From midfield, here's Tua. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Ready. Yellow, 43.
54, watch 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Coming to you, coming to you. Watch the
52 blaster.
Check.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's second down.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Catch made at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go, defense.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's Eason off the play fake. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. John Ross on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Colts 42, Dolphins 24.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This is Jakeem Grant. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Tua now on 1st down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Ready.
First down.
60 red. 60 red.
Let's go. Mike.
Tua going to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
18-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's third down. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This pass complete to Higgins. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They run for it with Breida, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Eason to throw. Flush to his right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike, 55.
Eason sets to throw it. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They go play action with Eason. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach. because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
54 is Mike.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 16.
60 Maverick.
Just like that.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Going deep downfield for Ross. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
18 Cardinal.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Double dog. That's the way.
Off play action. Eason escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Tua, a final shot before half. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we've reached halftime in a wild 1st half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
I got one. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Man out.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Higgins. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to T. Higgins. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Ready, 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Tua. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Open man is Ross, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
And at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
51's the mic, boys.
2nd down, here's Eason. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
55's Mike, guys, 55.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Colts 56, Dolphins 24.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they?
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
The 31-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 31.
Eason. He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
18 more yards there and another first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Miami.
Set hut, 50, green.
51's the mic. Let's go, D.
Here's Tua. Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
54. Here we go.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it here.
To a hit, and the ball is out.
And the Colts pick it up. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Well, I know he doesn't want a fumble lost by his name, but it was 4th down. I don't think he was going to get to the marker anyway.
I think he just hired you as his attorney because you have just argued that this fumble is actually okay.
I'm just saying not all fumbles are created equal, and the defense would have had the ball there anyway.
Okay, so the defense gets credit now, right? Someone gets a nice little mark by their name, but it really doesn't hurt the other guy because he wasn't getting there anyway. I like that. Good job.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
Let's put them on the buses.
To throw again. Eason. Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Mike 55.
On third down, it's Taylor. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And on the return, the Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
I got you, boy.
2 and now on 1st down. Open man is Higgins. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there for the Dolphins. 30 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And the Dolphin 1st down.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
Steal, black.
2 and a throw again.
Hey, come on, no, come on.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, 29 yards. And the Dolphins gain a bit of respectability.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here's Eason off the play fake. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
You're trash. You're trash. Mike 55. Mike 55.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Not today.
55.
Play action. It's Eason. Flushed out right. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Colts on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Eason to throw. That's complete. Okuebunam. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. 1st and 10. Eason.
Right here.
Campbell making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Mike 55.
7 Pirates.
They go play action with Eason. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Cougar 19.
They'll throw on first down with Eason. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, watch the slant. 51's the mic, boys.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike, check Mike.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Tight dog.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Throwing is Eason. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there for sack number 22 on the year, and folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off the play fake, Eason steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. 39 yards there, a big one. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Off play action, Eason. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here first. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Ready? 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
I got you, son.
Off the play fake, Eason. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Off play action, Eason. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Watch the run.
Hey, check Mike.
Eason sets to throw it.
I'm coming after you.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Mike, 55, right there.
A carry here for the big tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Give them a rose while they still alive. I'm finna go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Hurt.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Now Eason. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Looking to throw. Eason. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because
Devontae Parker. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football,